Very good morning to all my dear students. Welcome to St. Angel's Public School Bagpat Online Economics Classes Part 3 Class 12 Commerce. As you know that we are working from our home. So my dear students, today we will discuss chapter number 7 Aggregate Demand and Related Concepts, which is from Macroeconomics book. As you know that in my previous video we have discussed what is the meaning of aggregate demand and what are the components of aggregate demand. As you know that there are four components of aggregate demand. First component is household consumption expenditure, second is private investment expenditure, third component is government expenditure, and fourth component is net exports. But today we are going to discuss aggregate demand with the help of schedule and diagram. And see, this is the schedule. Now first of all you will take income, then you will take consumption, then after you will take investment, then after you will take aggregate demand. And what is the formula of aggregate demand? Consumption plus investment. See, income denoted by Y, consumption denoted by C, investment denoted by I, and short form aggregate demand is AD. I hope all of you have understood. See, then after you will take value of income, and you will start from zero. See, 0, 100, 200, I'm taking here 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. You can take up to 700, 800, 900, it's up to you. But I'm taking here value of income up to 600. See, what is the value of consumption? See, you will take at zero level, we can say you will take a value of consumption at zero level of income. At zero level of income means you will take any positive value of consumption at zero level of income. Suppose you can take here 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, but that should be less than 100, because see, I am increasing here income at the rate of 100. I hope all of you have understood. See, now I am taking here 40 at zero level of income. I am taking here 40. See, suppose if I take here 40 means we know that level of consumption increases, then consumption will increase, and level of income decreases means consumption will decrease, means there is positive relationship between income and consumption. But see, now if I take here rupee 40 at zero level of income, see, after this I have to increase level of consumption according to increase in level of income. But see, you can say that rate of consumption, rate of consumption, or you can say change in consumption should be less than you can say change in consumption should be less than change in income. See, change in income here 100. See, from 0 to 100, 100 to 200, again 100 means change 100. From 200 300 means again income changing from 200 to 300 means by 100. I hope all of you have understood. Now I am going to increase consumption. I'm going to increase consumption by the rate of, you can say, by the rate of 80. Means that rate, you can say change in consumption should be less than income. Change in consumption should be less than change in income, and change in income is equal to rupee 100. So I can take here rupee 80, means I can take here change in consumption means of rupee 80, rupee 90, rupee 95, but I can't take here change in consumption rupee 100, because change in consumption is not equal to change in income. Change in consumption is not equal to, you can say, change in consumption should not be equal to change in income. See, that's why I'm taking here change in consumption by 80. See, from 40 to 120, consumption increased from 40 to 120 by 80 rupees. See, from 120 to 200, again 80 rupees. From 200 to 280, again 80 rupees. From 280 to 360, again 80 rupees. From 360 to 440, again 80 rupees. From 440 to 520, again 80 rupees. It means that, listen carefully, consumption is increasing. You can say level of consumption is increasing at a constant rate, because level of income is also increasing at a constant rate. It means that consumption depends on level of income. It means that level of consumption depends on the level of income, and income is increasing at a constant rate. It means that we will increase consumption at a constant rate, but that rate should be less than the rate of income. That rate should be less than the rate of income. See, suppose then after you will take value of investment. You will take value of investment. See, suppose I take here 60. Suppose I take here 60, then suppose if I take here 60, then I will take here half of 60. Half of 60 is rupee 30. Half of 60 is rupee 30, means then I will take here 30. Means at all levels of income I will take value of investment at the rate of 30. Suppose in this table uh, I'm taking here rupee 40. I'm taking here rupee 40. It means that I will take value of investment. I will take value of investment half of this. Half of this means rupee 20. Suppose let's take another example to understand this. Suppose if I take here rupee 80, then I will take here rupee 40 at all levels of income. I hope all of you have understood. But see, this is the positive consumption at zero level of income. Means this positive consumption at zero level of income is known as autonomous consumption. Because this autonomous consumption means rupee 40. This autonomous consumption is not affected by level of income. I hope all of you have understood. But see, means suppose someone may ask from you what is the means you can say that someone may ask from you, tell me autonomous consumption in this table. You will say that rupee 40, means rupee 40 will be considered as an autonomous consumption. I hope all of you have understood. But see, level of investment remains same at all levels of income. It means that this investment is also not affected by level of income. Means Suppose see here, income level of income is increasing here, level of income is increasing here, but level of investment remains constant, level of income remains constant. So I hope all of you have understood. First of all, you will take value of income, and, and you will start from 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Then after, you will take any positive value at 0 level of income. You can take either 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. It's up to you. Then after, always remember, change in consumption should be less than change in income, and change in income is here rupee 100, means change in consumption should be less than rupee 100, means that's why I'm increasing consumption by the amount of rupee 80. See, rupee 80. You can increase value of consumption, you can say level of consumption, by the amount of 90, by the amount of 90, because 90 is less than 100, 90 is less than 100. I hope all of you understood. And how will you take value of investment? You will take value of investment according to autonomous consumption. Suppose if I take here 60 rupees, means then I will take here 30 rupees, half of autonomous consumption, half of autonomous consumption. I hope all of you have understood. But see, I'm taking here rupee 40, that's why I'm taking here half of this value, means rupee 20. Then after, you will calculate aggregate demand, means uh, C plus I, consumption plus investment. See, 40 plus 20, 60, 120 plus 20, 140, 200 plus 20, 220, 280 plus 20, 300, 360 plus 20, 380, 440 plus 20, 460, 520 plus 20, 540. I hope all of you have understood how will you make, or you can say how will you show table of aggregate demand, how will you show, or you can say how will you make a table of aggregate demand. I hope all of you have understood. But after this, we are going to discuss diagram of aggregate demand, diagram of aggregate demand. See, but see, before to understand, or can say before to study demand, diagram of aggregate demand, see, uh, difference between consumption and investment is rupee 80. Difference between at zero level of income, at zero, I'm talking about at zero level of income, difference between investment and consumption, see, rupee 20. And difference between consumption and aggregate demand, consumption and aggregate demand, rupee 20, rupee 20. I hope all of you understand. Difference between consumption and investment, rupee 20, and difference between consumption and aggregate demand, again rupee 20. See, you will take income on the y-axis, income on the x-axis, and aggregate demand on the y-axis, aggregate demand on the y-axis. Listen carefully. See, this is the investment line, this is the investment line, and this is the consumption curve line, and this is the aggregate demand line. See, this difference is equal to rupee 20. This difference is rupee equal to 20, and plus this difference is equal to rupee 20, this difference is equal to rupee 20, and this difference is equal to rupee 20, this difference is equal to rupee 20. I hope all of you have understood. Means I'm taking here uh, I'm taking here this gap, means I'm taking here value of gap, we can say value of rupee 20, I'm taking here value of rupee 20 is equal to this gap, and see, this gap and this gap and this gap, all these gap are same, and this gap is equal to rupee 20, means I can say that this gap between P and Q is also equal to rupee 20, and gap between gap between R and Q means is also equal to rupee 20. I hope all of you have understood. But see, now I am trying to show this diagram according to table, but I am not showing exact value. Of income and aggregate demand, either you can say consumption or investment. See, at zero level of income, see, this amount means OP amount is equal to rupee 20, and you know that, see in table, investment amount is rupee 20. See, so you know that value of investment, you can say value of investment remains constant at the different level of, you can say, at the different value of income, I hope all of you have understood. So in level of income will be different on the y-axis, but value of investment will remain same, means constant. That's why investment line is parallel to x-axis. And we can see that this investment is autonomous investment, because according to my table,